Redblack receiver. Sounds weird. Sounds weird to a lot of us. I don't know about him. Geno Lewis is joining the Sports Cage. Hey, I saw a picture of you on social media the other day. You look like you were freezing, and now it looks like you're somewhere tropical. What's going on?
Yeah, listen, man, I'm back in Florida. I heard it was actually when I went to Ottawa to sign my contract and everything, they told me a snowstorm was coming. And I said, yeah, I got to get back down the train back in Florida. So I got to, I had to get in and out.
Do you know why Ottawa? Is there some ties there? People are talking that you have a place in Montreal, or from your days there. Why was Ottawa the best fit for you?
First things first. Just the opportunity. For me. I always say I want to be somewhere where I'm appreciated and not tolerated. I want people to be happy for me to be getting the money that I'm getting. I don't want it to be a burden on people or people trying to take my money at the end of it or trying to find some way to tell me why I don't deserve it or something like that. And honestly, like just dealing with Sean Berkey, man, from even since 2022, like when I was leaving Montreal in 2022, like I tried to get over there. They just had made some things happen for themselves with linemen. They had got a lineman at the time, and Berkey just kept it real. He just said, listen, I want you to be here, but I'm not even going to offer you something that's disrespectful. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that, because there's also GMs and teams that offer you something disrespectful and not understand, like, yeah, it shouldn't even have started like this. You know what I mean? So he just was always very consistent. I definitely got to give a lot of credit to Darius Pickett, too, the party starter. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy I used to play with in Montreal. So, him, and I got my boy Stan back with me again, Schultz. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be around, some guys I was with before in the past. And, this is the closest place to, back home for me. My mom, she'll be able to finally come and see me play. I've been playing up here going on 9 years now, so she'll be able to drive that 5.5 hours, 6 hours from Philly. My brothers and sisters, they'll be able to come see me. But, for me, listen, there was more money out there for me. But I just felt like, listen, I wanted to be back on the East Coast a little bit more, and I just love the foundation that the Redblacks have right now, and I want to be a part of it.
You know what? Yeah, and you kind of talk about it there in your first answer, right? You wanted to be somewhere where you're appreciated, not tolerated, because there was that smoke that Ed Hervey threw out, which kind of caught everybody off guard, saying that
right.
Okay, they weren't gonna, they're gonna let you explore free agency. They weren't gonna pay you what you thought you wanted out there, and I guess that'd probably be your rebuttal, right? That you were like, all right, then I'm gonna go check it out, and I'm gonna land somewhere where it's a better fit for me, and they're gonna pay me.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the thing. I never talked to Ed. I've never talked to Ed to this day, since free agency, nothing like that. So when he came out with the article and was saying everything he was saying, this is what I have to get people to understand. Like, I'm a superstar in this league. I'm not a regular player. I'm not no just rookie or nothing like that. So, think about it. If we're if this was the NFL and you're trying to talk to Jamar Chase or something like this, and you don't have a conversation with him, that's not going to be that's not smart. You know what I mean? So for me, the thing is, it wasn't even about the money. I had no problem taking a pay cut this year, but it's just about talking and communicating. So it's like I'm always a person where I want people to get their money up here in the CFL, because we don't play up here long. A lot of us got to take our money back to the States, and just from somebody else who's played in the league and played my position, who's also American, I would think, you would want them to reach and be reach their full potential that they possibly can on the field, off the field, and getting money wise. But that's not what he wanted. He had different ideas, and personally, I respect it. I just feel as though, just call me, let me know that you want to go in another direction, and that's cool. That's cool. But don't try to degrade me and try to tell me that you're not going to pay me this, like I'm not worth it. I'm still worth that money. It's just, obviously, I know the salary cap and everything happens, and I'm smart enough to know, as a player, obviously, it's hard to get that type of money that much times, but I got it 2 years in a row. I never took a pay cut. My game and my stats and everything that I did through them 2 years, I prevailed. It's hard for a receiver to get that type of money and not not get a pay cut, and them try to not take it or something like that. So for me, man, I'm happy, and I thank God for giving me that opportunity, and I was able to make it happen.
The thing I liked about that situation, Geno, is that you didn't get sucked into a war of words or like bad press. You kind of, I think, you strike me as your mindset kind of just let your work speak for itself and leave it at that.
100%. I tell people all the time, like, when you're comparing me in this league to other receivers, see, me personally, I don't even see it as just receivers. Like in 2022, I was the MOP of the East. That means of the whole league. That doesn't mean positions. I was competing with a quarterback to get the MOP of the whole league. So forget receiver being the top receiver. I'm a top 5 player in the league. When I come on a team, everywhere I've been, I make an impact on and off the field, and I always get great feedback from people. I want to thank the city of Edmonton and the fans, because I got so many, messages. I got so many emails from kids, like their parents, because I was the kids captain there for the last 2 years and stuff like that. I had my own camp, and we put so much impressions on so many kids and so many families that, like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna let my game speak for me. I'm gonna let my stats speak for me, and I'm gonna let my contract speak for me. And that's all. I don't have to say nothing.
Good words. It's safe to say, Ottawa wasn't the only team calling you, though. You said you kind of took a little bit less to go there. Safe to say there was a number of other teams at play here?
Yeah, listen. I had a few teams. One of the other teams that a lot of people was talking about was Calgary. Obviously, I was seeing what was going on with VA and things like that. But it's just they didn't see. I wanted a multi-year deal for sure too, and they were still trying to figure some things out. I talked to SAS also. SAS just the offer that SAS came with, they were kind of trying to see where I was at, and it just wasn't a good offer. But you know what I mean? And also it was Hamilton. Like, Hamilton was the team this year. If you want to be a receiver and you want to get the big bag, that's where you had to go. That's literally what it was. Just as the last 2 years when I was in Edmonton, if you wanted the big bag as a receiver, that's where you had to go. When Kenny did it before that, that's where you had to go. So you got to it's all about situation, and it's all about timing. Like, you got to hope at the time where you have the one of your great seasons, and if somebody has the money to pay you. You know what I mean? So I just look at it as, we shouldn't, and it's not just me, this is other stars in the league, superstars in the league. We shouldn't degrade them or put them down because they're getting a little older. When I did my physical with the Redblacks the other day, the doctor, I'm doing my physical. He's like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 31." He's like, "Oh, okay." He starts doing the physical and everything. He's like, "Oh, wow, your body's looking really great. Like, you seem like you're 28. I said, "I know, I feel 28. And he said, "Well, you play like it too." And I said, I appreciate it. So, it's just like that. It's stuff like that like, I don't care about nobody's age. One of the good things I heard Sean Berkey say during this time when he was doing interviews with the people, where they asked him about Hardy, and he told him, he said, "Let me ask y'all something. Do Hardy look like he's slowing down?" And everybody just was sitting there looking like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Do I look like I'm slowing down?" That's all I asked you. Do I look like I'm slowing down? I'm on the verge to break these CFL records, man, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be in the Hall of Fame and get a Grey Cup. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. No, you're on your way. I got to ask you, how far off was Sask? Like, what did we need to do? Did we need to find some marketing money here at the radio station?
Yeah, SAS would have had to do a little more. They would have had to do some work. You know what I mean? Like, they would have had definitely do some work.
Like a bottle drive
Telephone?
for fundraising.
We might have had to get some percentages for the jerseys or something like that. That might have been.
Okay, I got to ask you before we let you go. You're originally from the Philadelphia area. You're not at the parade today. You're an Eagles guy, like that. How that went down? They smashed them.
Yes, I'm an Eagles guy, but also, even though I'm not there, my nephew is there. My 3 brothers are there. I think a couple of my cousins is all there. I got a whole bunch of my family. Everybody's there. So I told them, listen, enjoy the parade. Send me photos. I was just at the beach a little bit ago for Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? So, and I tell people all the time, during this time, free agency is going to be hearts filled and hearts broken. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's heart's going to get filled and somebody's heart's going to get broke. It just wasn't on the 14th this year. You know what I'm saying? As it usually is. But happy Valentine's Day, Redblacks, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, that shirt looks good on you, man. Totally appreciate you doing this, taking some time on Valentine's Day. Best of luck. When you come here to Sask,
yeah,
I'm gonna tell people, hey, remember this guy was close maybe to coming, and he sounds like an absolute beauty. Thanks, Geno.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Trev too. Shout out to Trevor, man. He tried his best too, but that's my boy, man, for real.
Okay, right on. Hey, take care. Have a good one.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Right on.
See you, Geno.